told you you're only the bruise. There's a wild, bright, steady flame sleeping in you, sleeping in you.
Off onto the stage. Good morning, everybody. Not only are we live on Clubhouse, but we are live on Facebook and LinkedIn and on YouTube, which is fantastic. And you can see that this morning we're finding out how to be magic. What is magic? Well, as you can see from the slide in front of you, for those of you that are on slide duty, as it were, those that can see me on Facebook, it's what is magic. What does it say on that first slide? It says magic is intention, an emotion, an action. So I've told you the answer. Now, I am MJ. It is Monday, the 13th of April. It's 7 o'clock. I love the fact that we're at the beginning of the week and really at the beginning of a shift in the energy of the universe. Today is about a number 9. If you don't know 9, you're going to see it today. And if you do see it today, you'll know that you are heading towards the completion of a very difficult cycle. Look, this weekend I have gone through, the equivalent of hell. I've been barred from the swimming pool because apparently after 5 years of using it successfully, they need a health and safety assessment. They call it a personal health and safety assessment for an individual like me. But I'm the only person that's been asked to do a health and safety assessment, not the other wheelchair using swimmers. So, I've been stopped from exercising. My Access to Work award came, and that was just a car crash. They've cut down my hours, cut down my hourly rates, and given me, they've given me autism coaching, which I find fascinating as I'm an autism coach. So when the audit office say that they're wasting money and replicating, duplicating, and then having emissions, they're absolutely right. And my Access to Work award is no different. They've awarded a client of mine a wheelchair pressure relieving cushion. And then they've told me that it's beyond reasonable adjustments. So I won't be getting a pressure relieving cushion, but I do have compression of the spine, and I am at the hospital tomorrow for those symptoms, which include the nerves crushing my ability to use my arms and shoulders, hands, and my shoulders. So that's brilliant, isn't it? The Access to Work are preventing me access to work, and then my own where I pay the same as everybody else in the world is preventing me exercise. I can't move. And we know that the Magnificent 7 is important. Move right, eat right, think right, talk right, poop right, drink right, sleep right. We know that. But I've got to say that all of that could impact on those, couldn't it? Sleep, etc. So we need to know today how we can become magic. Now, I've talked about the moany bits, but the great bits are that not only am I live on Spotify, not only can you find my album Only Enough. No, it's always enough. There we are. It's always enough. And no, only enough. It's always enough. There we are. Always enough. And the first track on that is It's Always Enough. And they are live not only on Spotify, but I got an email on Saturday to say that iHeartRadio in the States has taken that single on, and I am playing on iHeartRadio in the States. So I put my virtual private network on and I went to listen. And sure enough, there it was. Always Enough. It's Always Enough is live on iHeartRadio, but you can't listen because you're not in the States. And if you haven't got a VPN, a virtual private network, then you can't. So there's all the news. There's all the news in the first 10 minutes. Now, James has got to go this morning. He's got an appointment. He's got a bus at 10 to 7. So when I've finished talking today, we've got James and we've got Alexia, as always, here. If you want to just share this room out, that would be great. It'd be great if we can share it. People sneak in after, they replay it. And they also do that on StreamYard. They also do it on Facebook and on LinkedIn and on YouTube. So for all you lurkers, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I love you whether you lurk or whether you turn up fully here in the moment. So good morning, Claire, talking about that. So what is magic? How do we become magic? Well, I've shared this actually in Magical Manifestation on Saturday, but you might not have seen it because we hide it away in the community. And we do that because we're a great community of practice, a magic community of practice. And there are 4 levels to join the community and you can choose any one of them. And at the moment, you can get 2 years for the price of 1. It's amazing. It's a great contribution, but you see, if you want it, generally I share this material elsewhere too, whether it's in a talk or on a webinar or on a Saturday morning, so you will catch it somewhere. And I often pop it on LinkedIn as well on a Saturday, not about work. What's that like? Well, magic is work. Our intention, our emotion, our action is how we become magic. How? Well, I'm going to tell you. And for those of you that can't see at the moment, good morning, Jack. Good morning, Claire. I am just going to add you back, Jack Benjamin. Thank you, sir. I think, Claire, you're already there. Do you know we've got over 5,000 members of this house now? So how do we become magic? Well, your brain filters reality. You see what you focus on and you feel what you repeat. So if you repeat something, you're going to feel about it. If you don't get up in the morning, then you won't want to get up in the morning. If you focus on there being a lack, guess what? You'll show up. Lack. Now, it sounds very simple, that, but the thing is, when we focus, we can't be like we're, I don't know, doing an Amazon shop, right? Excuse me, I need my magic coffee. Talking of magic. I've had my spores this morning. I'm also back on the magic juice. I am. I drink magic juice. It's got green matcha as its caffeine source, and then it's got a beautiful combination of reishi mushrooms and all sorts, lion's mane, you name it, lots and lots of supplements. And I nearly ran out. See, I buy it on 30 days supply, and I was without it for 3 days. Did I notice? Oh, did I notice? Put it this way, I got it back on Saturday. Yes, Saturday. And on Sunday, I almost completed my 6,000 word dissertation. Managing the references, and it's not until the 24th of May. So the magic juice and the reishi spores absolutely keep me at this point of performance. So my brain filters reality. Your brain filters reality. What we focus on comes to us. So I'm reading at the moment How to Survive Social Work, because I'm going to survive social work. I am reading about altering the bottom line of my business, because I'm going to alter the bottom line of my business. I'm going to make it more agile. I'm focusing on being magic because, well, I am. And I'm going to become more and more magic. I'm focusing on creativity and creative expression, like singing. Yesterday, I sang my lungs out to a backing track and recorded it. One day I'll probably release it as my first recorded backing track, own song, and eventually I'll be singing my own. I'm writing my dissertation. I'm drawing. I'm writing poetry. I'm reflecting every day. I've just finished the 30-day program and I'm celebrating that, and I'm uploading to a blog every day of my reflection, which is going to include a song and a colour and a flower. I found the meaning of flowers book, which means that in the Victorian ages, if you gave a bunch of flowers, every flower you gave had a story and a meaning. So I'm going to choose a flower every day for my 365 self-coaching. I am my own coach. I'm coaching myself through the MI36 program alongside other people. On Friday, I am pitching to MI365 the same pitch I will be giving Stelios later in the month. Stelios is the founder of EasyJet, and I'm going to be pitching directly to Stelios. So I'm preparing that this Friday. in readiness for when I'm pitching later in the month, and I'm recording it so I can watch it back. What we focus on, our brain will repeat, because when we feel it, we'll repeat it. When it's out of our comfort zone, we don't feel it, and then we think it's alien, but it's not. It's not. It's just new. The brain isn't ready for the feeling yet. The feeling that comes is unusual, so we don't want it. But we know that every feeling has no positive, it has no negative. If it did, well, then everything would be something, but actually everything is everything. So what thought do I repeat every day that shapes my reality? Well, I am magic. I am magic. I don't imagine magic. I don't believe in magic. I don't hope for magic. I don't want magic. I am magic. When I look into the mirror, I am irrevocably and unconditionally, desperately in love with myself, because I am beautiful. I am magnificent. I am diamond. I am forged in fire, and I am created through pressure. And this is me because of the pressure, not in spite of it. I welcome challenge. I delight in its dance with me. That's how I am magic. If you don't feel magic today, then be magic. Be magic whether or not your dreams have shown up. It's not about whether you've got what you asked for, because what you asked for is just what's in your imagination. If it's not shown up yet, there's a word that's missing, and it's trust. It's not like you're going to your mum and going, can I have some pocket money? And when she doesn't give it you, you're crying about it. That's not how we go to the universe. We show up with trust, because every thought is a spell. Our thought is a signal to our mind and our body and our thinking and our feeling, and it provides the fuel. The fuel of our thought motivates the action and the direction. So if you don't change your mind, you can't change your world. And if you can't change your world, how about changing your mind? Because when you think, your signal, your electronic signal, your energy signal, the energy you're feeling in my voice right now is the fuel. And when you are delivered dark matter by the universe, when you are given challenge, that fuel is the densest possible fuel you can turn into light. You can transmute dark matter into light through the action and the direction you take with that fuel. If you get lemons, what do you make? Lemonade. If you get blocked from the pool, what do? You write back a legal letter and you challenge it. You don't sit and cry about it, although, it feels like that, right? Those feelings of not getting what we want create those feelings of disappointment. How can we be disappointed in something that was never ours guaranteed anyway in that moment? What are we disappointed about? The ideology we had in our head, the concept we had about time, the thing we thought was going to happen because we're designing the universe? Get your hand off the pen of life, because God is saying to you, in my time, not yours. You're not the universe, you're part of it. A very important and intrinsic part. But the universe doesn't revolve around you, it has to form within you. The next slide is motivation. What does it take to be motivated? Well, guess what? Action comes before feeling. So if you're waiting to feel like you're going to be motivated, you'll be waiting forever. I'm going to take another sip of coffee and calm down. Alignment is when energy and meaning come together. Motivation, don't wait for it, it ain't coming. Act in alignment with your determined ideas, and the energy from that will create your meaning, and your meaning will motivate you towards your goal. If you really want something, you will keep going for it. If you don't, let it go. Let it go. If you can't stand the race, drop out, because it's up to you. You can choose what meaning you give to your life. Nobody can answer for that. You cannot disappoint yourself because there is nothing to expect. And if anyone has expectations of you, tell them. They don't belong to them. Your expectations belong to you. So, my question to you today is, what makes your cells feel alive? What is it? Is it your purpose? Do you know your purpose? I know my purpose. It's called inclusion. The massive us in the middle of inclusion. It ain't about me. It can't be, because I'm not the universe. I'm part of it. I am you. And it ain't just about you, because you are me. We are us. In this universe, in this world, as a human on this planet, I am othered. I'm disabled. I'm othered or mothered or smothered, but I'm not really very often one anothered. What's my purpose? What makes me feel alive? What activates my cellular function? What activates my reticular activating system, my RAS? Well, what gives me my buzz is my RAS, and my RAS is motivated by the us, by beyond this world. By the end of these 70 years and 1004, if you are a good man, even if I live till 90, this is just a drop in the ocean of a universal experience that happens forever. So don't sweat the small stuff about whether something's come through the post on time, whatever time is, and whatever on time is. You don't become magic by focusing on things not being on time. You focus on what makes your cells feel alive today, not what makes them shrink. Remember, our thoughts create our reality. Look, you're not one voice. I know you'd like to think you are an integrated, fully functioning, complete human being, but actually inside us, there is always our inner child. Always. He is always trying to work out whether we're safe. Go back to her and tell her, or him, or them, that you made it. We made it to today. And that is enough. We're safe. We're alive. You did good. The protector in us will always try and avoid those kinds of things that make us uncomfortable, right? It will. The protector inside us, the one that says, not sure about that. Not sure whether I want to go and fight. I don't know. I don't think we can fight it, right? I don't think we can. It's probably not a good idea. You're probably safer not going for that because it's uncomfortable. Oh, and you might fail. And what if we fail? Well, guess what? You'll fail fantastically forwards as fast as you can, because even the visionary inside you knows that that's the purpose. To fail, to try and not achieve, because you're not going to keep trying unless you don't achieve. And if what you're trying to achieve is not your end game, it's not the universal's story it's writing for you, then there will be blocks and you will look for another direction, or you'll give up and go back to bed. And that's your choice. You are not one voice, and our job is to internally co-create alongside our inner child, alongside our protector, soothe them. Look, I know it doesn't feel great. I know it's uncomfortable. I know we don't know the answer, Mr. Protector, Mrs. Protector, but the point is, I don't know what you're protecting me from, because this is my life, and I choose to be magic. And your inner child will love that one. We're magic these days. Be the visionary, be the protector, be the inner child, and know you're not one voice, and internally co-create that reality, because what we create inside ends up on the outside. But we know it's not easy. I've moved on. We're talking about inner conflict. Part of me wants this. Part of me is afraid. This is conversation. What am I afraid of? What am I ashamed of? What am I fearful of? What don't I want to happen and why? Which part of me wants it and how badly do I want it? I said to somebody last night, hang on a minute. You say you don't have any agency and you have no money, and they had a very good job. They've just been made redundant. They ran out of, they didn't get paid. They don't get paid in May. They're not sure how they're going to pay the rent. And they said, I've got lots of ideas and, I should be a consultant. And I said, so you got a website then? And they said, no. I said, you got a one pager? And they said, no. I said, you put yourself out there, you've got a price list. And they said, no. I said, then go and do it. They said, but I've got no money. And I said, put a free wiki page up. Go and look for your name. If you knew that a multi-million-pound company was going to come and headhunt you in the morning and you needed your consultancy prices up on a website, you'd have it done. Act like they're already here. Act like what you've dreamt of is already at your door. Prepare for it. As I said to my client many, many years ago, when her daughter was no longer with her, prepare for her return. The prodigal son will return. The desire you put out to the universe will come back to you. Be ready. Be ready to tackle the part of you that's afraid and deal with the shame and the blame, and the part of you that wants this. Have that conversation, resolve that conflict, the inner conflict, before it's too late. Start now. Because alchemy is 3 stages: nigrido, albedo, and rubido. What we think, how we feel, and then how we act. So the question today is, what part of me needs to safely move forward today? Maybe it's your inner critic. Maybe it's your blaming and shaming. Maybe it's the fact that you know that you don't want to eat that sugar anymore, or that wheat, that gluten, that dairy. You know that alcohol's not what's good for you. You may be been smoking. It could be that you've been acting out of the best intention. Maybe you've been leaning into people and being, in a way, I've got a lot of my clients whose mums and dads and brothers and aunties, and just pick up after them. They just pick them after them. That's what happens. Good morning, Joe. So what part of you needs safely to move forward today? I feel safe in that I am happy to communicate with the team that wants a health and safety assessment and do that, whilst knowing that they have a compensation to pay me for what they've caused. Both are true. I can be disappointed by the fact I'm not yet at the moment in the pool, and I can act in the way that creates that happening. And in the meantime, I can make sure that the pain and difficulty that I've experienced is recognized. Your body is listening to everything you say. Our cells respond. Good morning, Faraz. Our cells respond to what we are saying, to the song of the soul. Our nervous system responds to that. Our cells alchemize to that. They start communicating with each other with that intention. And remember, our voice creates vibration. Do you know that we trust people within a micro of a second when we hear their resonance? We know we trust someone in less than a second of hearing them. Our voice creates vibration. So if you don't believe what you're thinking, say it. If you don't believe what you're feeling, sing it. If you can't feel what you know you've got to do, then sing it, say it, repeat it. Mantras. Just keep telling your brain, using your voice as vibration. Singing is powerful. Listening to music. The love hurts, right? If you don't feel loving, play some love music. 432 is the love hurts, I think. But if you go and look on YouTube for hurts music, you'll find it. Motivation, love, work, you name it. Because your voice is your power. Your voice travels through your body and it shapes your state. Why do you think I repeat myself every week, whether there's 12 people here or 2? Why do you think I repeat what I say and hone my message and carve my message? I'm carving my own mindset, my heart shift, my body's response, because it shapes my state. And I begin it very selfishly at 7 o'clock on a Monday. Actually, I begin it on a Sunday night when I review Monday and the week ahead. But I am consistently in that cycle of becoming, shaping my state and reshaping, like molding clay, fashioning clay. It's practice. I say to myself, even when I feel scared, I am safe in my body. When I delivered to 1,500 social workers for the UN last week, online around the world, I was safe in my body. I am becoming powerful because I am safe in that power. And so I could share authentically and be myself and show up as all of me, authentically, messily, beautifully, honorably, honestly, and truthfully me. When you do that, notice what changed in your body. What changed? When we breathe in through the nose, when we think with the intention of everything being magic, when we know the delays are for us, when we're aware that when our dreams and hopes and ambitions have not come to fruition in the moment we imagine them, that we are trusting. How does that make your body feel when you know the universe has got you? God is writing the story alongside you. You don't need to hold the pen all the time. It might be delayed in your mind. It could be that it's not happened according to your mechanism of what's going to happen when, but you're not the universe. You're part of it. An important, very important, imperative part of it. What's changed in your body? Because sound equals pattern. You see, sound is vibration, and vibration creates a pattern. When we vibrate sand, it makes beautiful patterns. Go and have a look at the patterns of the universe from vibration, and you will see that we already have the geometry of the universe within the patterns of our vibration, and that creates biology. Our creation is vibration, and it's created from patterns as a result of sound. You're creating biology because sound equals pattern and pattern equals biology. You are co-creating with the universe your state because we are not fixed. Epigenetics says that our environment shapes our biology, what we eat, what we breathe, the air that we breathe, the noise that we listen to, the water that we drink, the food that we imbibe, the thoughts that we think. Environment shapes our biology. Epigenetics says we're not fixed. We are neurally plastic and we can change our cellular function. How amazing is that? And I am a living example of it. Look, there's a simple truth. We have to move our state from stress and survival to calm and repair. We can only do that by showing our body it's safe through the breath, through our thoughts, through the feelings that are evoked, and then through the practices that occur from the energy of the intention that we have. And remember, if you want it, you will keep going for it. Or maybe you never wanted it in the first place. Not quite as bad as you thought you did. Going into calm and repair is imperative to become magic. Look, when we do breathe and eat and sleep and drink and talk and eliminate and move emotionally, physically, in our mind, we evoke our second brain. And anyone that knows who the second brain is, pop it in the chat. I'm not going to look, but I'm going to look after. Where is our second brain? Well, it affects our mood and our clarity, and we fuel it. We decide how it feels by what we eat and how we drink. Whether you're having a magic coffee like me right now, or water with ice and lemon. There you go. What we fuel it with affects our mood and clarity. It's our gut. The Chinese call it our emotional brain, because you have a gut feeling, right? That gut feeling. I say, oh, my gut knew. I sensed it. I met her and I knew she was a wrong one. I've heard before. What we mean is that you're feeling the sense of the information in the ether, that beyond the physicality that we know, but we're not tuned into. When our gut knows, we know. And the only way to have a mood and clarity that's responsive is to feed our gut with what it needs. So, what did you feed yourself today? I fed myself. I didn't. Somebody else fed me. Egg yolks and asparagus and some onion and some garlic. That's what I had for breakfast this morning. Protein and a bit of veg. Some fibre. And I eat in a very small window and I fast. And on Saturday, Sunday, I fasted for 24 hours because it helps grow new neuron connections in my gut. It actually helps create new neural capacity in the gut. It prompts the reintegration, the regrowth of that as I go into fasting. What did I feed myself today? And what didn't I feed myself today? I didn't feed myself sugar. I didn't feed myself gluten. I didn't feed myself dairy. I didn't feed myself carbs. I didn't feed myself sweets. If God made it, eat it. If man made it, didn't. You want the rainbow colours. You need the colours of the rainbow. If you're not eating the colours of the rainbow, sort your life out. Look, people say to me, yeah, that's okay, but I've had a really hard life. Like, you don't know what I've been through. Like, I've had people die, you know, I had my house taken off me, I lost my job, I've been poorly, I went to prison, my brother died. Look, I'm not dismissing it. I'm saying, remember that black matter, remember the dark matter, remember when you are given lemons, remember that trauma is not the end. Oh, I'm burnt out. Well, guess what? Take what you've done, take the result of not being noticing of those ways of being, and use that to transmute into, alchemize it into pure light. It's not the end. Trauma is the beginning. Post-trauma creates a post-traumatic growth that is second to none. Look beyond the rain, because the rainbow's coming out. It is. It's inevitable. Post-traumatic growth is inevitable if we push through. And that doesn't mean just push through relentless. It means notice what's going on, but reframe the trauma as something you can alchemize, or you're stuck. You have no choice. Somebody said to me yesterday, well, I can't go near that place because every time I do, I feel anxious. And I said, then go near enough to it that you're not in it, but you're starting to feel the feelings, and then sit with them and ask your body what it's saying. Ask yourself, ask the universe, what are these feelings preparing me for? What am I frightened of? What am I fearful of? Uncover it, unpack it, share it. Don't blame it. Don't be shameful of it. Don't be worried about it. Just sit with it and ask it, what are these feelings for? What are they telling me? That's how we transmute dark matter, by facing it at a comfortable level. Reframe our trauma. It's powerful. What is this shaping me into is the question. What are you here for? Thank you for turning up. Thank you for helping me notice. Thank you for being like the smoke alarm in my mind. But remember, the body doesn't know often, and the mind doesn't know whether we're burning the toast or the house is burning down. So ask what the message is. Your body keeps the score, your mind and your gut is telling you something, but we often misinterpret it and ask it, what are you here for? I welcome you. We're reframing that trauma, creating the post-traumatic growth, asking, what are you here for? What am I made of? What is this? It's integration. Using phrases like, I am becoming someone who, I'm becoming someone who asks the questions. I'm becoming someone who, I'm becoming someone who breathes through people transgressing my comfort zone, whatever. I am becoming a person who doesn't drink, smoke, eat sugar, whatever the thing is, that doesn't gossip, that doesn't complain, that doesn't blame, that doesn't shame, that doesn't look in the mirror and say you're rubbish, that looks in the mirror and says you are queen. You're at the seat of my experience and I am irrevocably and unconditionally desperately in love with all that you are. And importantly then, and my next step is, after I am becoming someone who, I'm becoming someone who 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 just gets on with it. I'm becoming someone who allows myself peace and rest when my body tells me it's time. I'm becoming someone who moves regularly because that creates hope alchemy. I'm becoming someone who drinks 3 liters of water because my brain requires hydration because I'm made of water. I'm becoming someone who never forgets their supplements because they are next to me when I wake up. I'm becoming someone who regularly creates art, music, because it's important for me to feel as well as to do. And my next step is to write a new piece of music, which I did this morning and played it as we entered this room. My next step is producing my second album. My next step is having more than 8 followers on Spotify for my music. So if you want to look up MJ Lace, always enough. And then please, 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 if you feel drawn, follow me on Spotify. There used to be me and Julian Goodwin in this house. And there's now over 5,000 members who come and sneak after to play the replays and then hide us as well and then message me on the back channel. So for all your lurkers, who are you becoming someone who, and what's your next step? Is it to come and join Magical Manifestation? Is it to apply for access to work? Is it that you want to come and work with us? Is it that you want to come back here regularly on a Monday at 7 o'clock to start your week? Because this is the best way to start your week. Integrate. Now, this is the final truth. And I know, James, you might have to go. You could always talk to us on the way to the bus. Magic is something you practice. How do I become magic? I practice it. I am praxis. I practice it by going outside my comfort zone and doing things that I find difficult because my feelings are not facts. In closing today, you become it every time you choose differently. I become it every time I reject the stories of my past. Keep the sentence that you designed. I am becoming, and my next step is, because that this morning, ladies and gentlemen and others, is your spell. That's how you become magic. Thank you. Let me take this off the stage and then you can see me. I am going to hand over. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody on Facebook because, you know, I've told you, and we'll keep this, I think, private. Goodbye, everyone on social media. I've told you on this Motivational Monday how to become magic, and you already are. It already is within you. So go forth and play your magic out into this universe. We need you. The universe requires you. It requires your most authentic self. It requires you, all of you, every messy, ridiculous part of you, because I am you, you are me, we are us. and everything in this universe is required, even the things you don't like, maybe spiders and ants and things that you go, ugh, creepy crawlies. We need them all, the joy and the dark matter. Go transmute your dark matter today, and I'll see you here next Monday at 7 o'clock. Lots of love, everyone, on this Motivational Monday. Have a great Monday the 13th. And remember, it's a 9 today. It's a completion of cycles. So you're going to see things that you quietly can let go of. What you're letting go of today is an important day to think about what you're letting go of. What are you completing? What's a closing chapter? And what are you giving space for on this Monday, the 13th of April, for new chapters to emerge? Bye, everyone.